Hi everyone, this is dgross for News 8 and RochesterFirst.com. Welcome to What's Good, the place where we share the good news in and around Rochester over the past 7 days. We've got that jam. Let's get down with it. We're going to start off this week with one of my favorite stories in a while. Local musician Herb Smith giving back. After he spent one night in jail over something totally meaningless, he wanted to give back to young black men in lower income areas. So he founded Herb's City Trumpets. The program features individual and group lessons, and each student is given a brand new professional trumpet to use. And while it might not have been the top prize we at home were rooting for, local coffee bean seller and lifestyle brand Bold and Gritty won $5,000 in a national competition hosted by the UPS store. Owner David Paul says that the prize was still no small potatoes, but he mainly calls the competition a learning experience. 9 women entrepreneurs in Rochester came together over the weekend to create Women of Color New York. This new beauty business is located in Rochester's South Wedge and focuses on supporting women in the black community. The business specializes in beauty, fashion, and wellness products, as well as services for everyone. On to Adam Frank, a professor of physics and astronomy at the University of Rochester. He has been awarded the 2021 Carl Sagan Medal for Excellence in Public Communication in Planetary Science. Frank is one of the co-founders of 13.7 Cosmos and Culture blog. He also frequently contributes to the New York Times, Washington Post, All Things Considered, I think News 8 too, just to name a few. And the medal will be presented to him in October of this year. And the Rochester City School District has named Demario Strickland the new Chief of Innovation and School Reform. Mr. Strickland has previously served as a turnaround principal in the Buffalo Public School System, and prior to that as an assistant principal, dean of students, and a math and science teacher. In this new position, he will support principals and secondary schools within the city. On to Seabreeze Amusement Park, because they've been honored with a New York State Empire Award. The award was set to be given last year for the iconic Jackrabbit roller coaster's 100th anniversary, but as we say, it was postponed due to the pandemic. This year, on the attraction's 101st anniversary, it was presented by State Senator Summer Brook and State Assembly Member Sarah Clark to honor the park's 143 years in the community. Now, imagine, if you will, that 2 years ago, you were a young man named Carson Hogan who decorated your parents' restaurant with a permanent marker. Well, this story is true, and it's true, Carson did do that 2 years ago, and now his art is featured in a board game called Spoof. The guessing board game is for sale right now. Last weekend, the town of Parenton brought back its youth triathlon. Children aged 7 to 14 competed in either the sprint or the doubler at Center Park. Medals were given to each individual age group for those who came up at the top of the competition, but every participant received a t-shirt. What else is good? Silver linings are good. Admittedly, while the circumstances among the resignation of Governor Andrew Cuomo aren't very good, it does mean that Kathy Hochul will become the first female governor in our state's history, and the first governor from upstate New York in over a century. What else is good? Celebrating your heritage is good. The 54-year-old Sauerkraut Festival in Phelps took place last weekend. Phelps was once the sauerkraut capital of the nation and one of the largest producers in the world. Extra special shout out to Christian Garzone for getting this story for us. And perhaps, admittedly, this is some bittersweet news, but our own Maureen McGuire retired last week. I gotta go to the paper because I wanna make sure I read this correctly. In a world rife with apathy, self-centeredness, and burnout, Maureen showed how much one can add to the world by caring, giving back to others, and showing how meaningful it is to come back with the same energy each and every day. Mo, we'll miss you, girl. What else is good? Your good news. We'd love to feature that everyday sort of good news that keeps us all going. Did you get a nice juicy job promotion? Big life anniversary? Maybe you caught someone along the way doing a good deed. Any way you slice it, the team and I would love to hear from you. You can drop me a line personally. That's dgross at WROCTV.com. I believe you can see that right there at the bottom. And please pass along any photos or video you might have as well. While we're talking about photos, we need more sweet backgrounds like these for our What's Good logo. So if you have a nice photo of a Rochester landmark or Rochester vista, please send it along. I'll give you a shout out, we'll include your name, maybe even an Instagram link if you got one. And again, dgross at WROCTV.com. Well, I think that just about does it for this week's What's Good. My name is Dan Gross. Thank you so much for your time and company this week. You know what else is going to be good? The rest of your week. We'll see you next Wednesday.